Okay.
Right. Right now on the line, I'm Alan Emery. Got a beautiful guest today, Faith Aiko, representing Northern California, but way by Laie. Welcome to the show.
Oh, mahalo, brother. Good to see you again.
No, pleasure's on mine. I know it's hard to get up with everything going on in the world, and you just coming back from Hawaii. We're trying to kind of coordinate that. And you said plenty of mosquitoes back there, so.
For sure.
Even we kind of discussed, living in the mainland, we come kind of spoiled,
already. We might do the free air conditioning up here.
That's what it is. A lot of people, they don't have air conditioning in Hawaii? No.
Woo! Only some places. Hey, you're lucky if you get one.
That's right.
I tell you, that humidity is horrible. My sister said, "Oh, you've been mainland too long." I'm like, I don't remember it being that hot growing up in North Shore.
Right.
So many things changing, Yeah.
All the extra people still moving to Hawaii, and all the Hawaiians moving.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy, brother.
And then the
it's
traffic.
So crowded.
Yeah, the traffic one way in and one way out. Yeah, and especially crazy.
Oahu is so crowded. It's crazy. Just crazy. but we still live on the nice side of Oahu on the North Shore. Still beautiful.
Yeah. Keep it country. That's it.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah. So what's new with you? I know you got an album just came out, EP,
yes.
And I know you've been in the business for a while. You started with that group. What is that?
Kukahi, yeah?
That's the one.
When we first met.
Right. And we met in Arizona.
Yeah, with Tennyson Lum. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Tennyson Lum, man.
Yeah.
So it's been a long ride. Now.
Whew, it's been a long journey, boy.
Yeah. And I think I read on your either Facebook or something that's saying that I think maybe this is the last album, time for kind of relax kind of thing. Or I don't know, but music with you, it really depends on who comes into your path, and I think you'll never give that up. Right?
Yeah. You're right about that, brother. There's some truth to that. I'm just thinking I'm getting close to retire, yeah?
Yeah.
If I had my way, I retire already, but I think I still got to go maybe another year or so. I'm waiting for Chauncey to retire. Mm. But, doing the whole album process, especially being a solo artist, we got to do everything ourselves, yeah? It's just a lot of work, yeah?
It is.
And it's so rewarding because people enjoy the music, they love the music, but I'm thinking, if I record again, just do singles or EPs. Easier, yeah?
Yeah, that's what people say,
Yeah.
Especially, you living up in Northern California. And
in the Bay.
In the Bay. But I think, it's there in the Bay and here is different because a lot of people really enjoy the older, instrumental, slack key, ukulele vibe. Here in Vegas, it's about reggae, Hawaiian music. I love it all. I love it all.
It's more the young crowd, yeah.
Yeah. But I've heard so many good things about artists from here, like Gary Halea going up to the Bay Area, and then
we love him. Brother, I tell you that man's voice is golden. You don't hear that kind of voice anymore in Hawaiian music. You really don't. Yeah, I love him. I really enjoy listening to his family. It's such a tight unit. Yeah.
Yeah,
and their sound.
And his son, and now his son is literally embracing the music. I talked to him. He get plenty of lumps on his head from his father, but
it's okay. It's working though.
It's working. He's taking on the family name and the music, which is great. Now, with you, taking on this album, what's different about Faith Aiko? Putting it down for this in this album. I know you've been across the U.S. traveling, and you've taken in so many from Hawaii to all over mainland and just sharing your music with. What is this one, Faith?
Well, with this album, first thing is I actually recorded this one at home on Oahu with what you call Dave Tusarone, the great producer. Yeah, he's won 2 Grammy Awards for Kalani Pe'a. Yeah.
Wow.
And Steven, Steven Espanola, my good
Yes.
music. Bolohead. Yeah. He did his 2 albums with Dave, and he said, Faith, I think you should try and go with Dave. I think you're going to like it. And I was like, bro, I got to fly home Honolulu every time. He's like, no, I promise you're going to love it. So I started the album in November 2015, and I just got done 2019, October.
Wow.
It took me 4 years, and lucky thing, my son was working United, so I could fly standby.
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah. And then so that was a plus for me, going home Oahu, yeah, being in my own element, being on my hometown island, blah blah blah, yeah. But Dave is also a very articulate, very man, and he has a real good ear for it because he's recorded so many great artists at home, yeah, on the islands, from the islands. So I was kind of nervous because it's like the first two albums I recorded it in Kihei with Tarvin Makia, yeah, the one that used to play with Hapa, and those albums were pretty good too. And then the third album I did it on my own here in Katari, where I live. And I had a great recording studio help me, Prairie Sun Recording, which is, they did some stuff with Patrick Lendeza and Uncle George Kohomoku, them, the Pixar people.
Yeah.
He did some recording. My third studio did that, Muka Renick, nice haole guy, real big Aloha. He got family on the Big Island. But this last album, I said, okay, if I go in Hawaiian, it's going to be my last one. I better go all out. So went home Honolulu. For 4 years, I traveled back and forth because I still working at high school in special ed, yeah. So between work and between high school and between music and gigs, and then my grandkids always living at home with us. It was kind of hectic, but we made it through. We do what we got to do with our ohana, yeah.
That's right.
But what I noticed with Dave was he taught me a lot of things, about voice control, about posture, about music theory, about all this kind of stuff you learn like in college, yeah. And really the only training I've ever had is from watching my older siblings or my grandparents, yeah, sing outside in the fale, playing her harmonica, or my papa playing his ukulele, or watching other artists. But of course I didn't appreciate Hawaiian music until I moved mainland, yeah. Because when we was at home in Laie, all we listened to was like the Young Rascals, Temptations, all the old stuff, R&B stuff. Yeah, so Dave gave me sort of like an insight to like having my sound, my tones, and kind of fine-tuning, a little bit tweaking here and there so that it would sound a little more richer in Hawaiian. And I think it's probably the best album out of all 4 of them. I really like it. So I'm really happy with the way it came out because I was thinking like, oh, I sound pretty good, yeah. Oh, did I really sing that? And then when I listen back to like my third album, I'll hear some things. I'm like, what the heck was that? What was I thinking? And then 6 months later, I'll listen to it. I was like, oh, sound nice, yeah. But with this last album, it's like every time I listen to it, it's like, oh, I really like the way it sounded. So Dave really kind of curveballed me into like a direction to where he's like, okay, let's try this. And sometimes, I go over things like, 10 times I go over the notes. I think one time I counted like 20, 22 or something. We went over and over, and I was like, Dave, I think I did it right. No, try again. So I really appreciated that kind of expertise. Yeah, somebody pushing me to the limit. And let me tell you, Emery, every time before I went to his home in, he lived up Wanalua, Salt Lake, actually. Every time I went to his high rise, I thinking like, oh, I gotta eat salad. I gotta bring plenty water. I gotta have lihimoe for my throat. I know can mess up. I cannot waste Chauncey's time or money. You better get your A game on, girl. So I was so stressed, right? Thinking like, I gotta get this done. And then my friends at the Halau in Sacramento said, oh, Faith, you sound so happy in the album. I was like, happy? Oh my gosh, if you guys only knew how stressed I was. And they said, no, you sounded so good. I said, oh my gosh, I'm a good faker. I don't know, bruh. Really
with
enjoyed it.
him, I mean, he's I guess you could say perfectionist, right? And
Yeah.
working with you and a great talent, and matching that and meshing that together. Now you have a sound that you never knew you had.
Right. Exactly. I never knew that, I could take it to another level and really be happy and satisfied with it. Although I am really grateful for the other albums because I've kind of grown from that,
Yes.
from then to now.
Take steps, right?
Yeah. Big baby someone steps.
Big baby steps.
Big left foot steps.
But now, just listening to you and working so hard on this album, I think that you're not done.
I don't know, brother, but for now, it's like what happened was I had a knee surgery in January, and so I was gonna go back to work like the end of March, and the doctor said, "Oh, I don't think you're ready." And then look, the pandemic came, so many things was happening, and then we actually never went back to work. We stayed off of high school, so it really worked out for me because then I had more time for heal. Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm looking at all my boxes, my CD boxes in my room. I'm like, I need to get rid of those. How am I going to do that? Because now I'm thinking like, I don't know if we're even going to have gigs before this year is up because it's just crazy, But on Mele.com, I've been doing pretty good. I've hit the number 3. I've hit the number 1 spot 3 times in the last 3 months. So it's doing pretty good. It's selling.
That's good. Good for you. I mean, is there any traveling with this new album coming out?
Well, I had stuff planned from March to August, all on my calendar. There, you see that white paper on the wall?
Yeah, see that?
You see all red. That's mean cancel. So I don't know. I mean, really, it's all about safety first and protecting ourselves and others. So. We can't even plan anything. We don't know what's going to come. I mean, even for high school now, they're saying maybe we won't go back to work. We'll have to do virtual learning again, for the safety of the kids, the students. So it's just crazy, bro. There's not a whole lot we can do. So that's why everybody's Zooming, yeah?
Yeah,
that's I've been Zooming with some ukulele people and some halau people. It's been a lot of fun. Good fun.
Right, and that's the best thing. Even though, like you said, all this stuff happened, but to me, I think it's just the timing. Everybody probably needed that break. Just
it's
like you
all
need
about timing.
The timing to heal. You got time to go back home. There's really, obviously everybody kind of, worried about the money, but the president's to take care of that.
No, you're right, brother. You're so right. I follow this guy on Instagram. His name's Uncle Herman P.E.K. Clark, and he owns a beautiful clothing store in Ward Warehouse downtown by Ala Moana. Mm-hmm. And so I went to see him on my trip home because I wanted to see what his clothing was like. So pretty. And I saw what he posted on Instagram. He said, as Hawaiians and Polynesians, we came from a people that had three main basic foundational steps that they lived by. And I thought, oh my gosh, how interesting is that? He said, and they all start with the letter R. First one was respect. Second one was responsibility. And third one was reciprocity, which means, giving back. Yeah.
Giving back, yeah.
Yeah, reciprocating. Yeah. And I thought, how true is that? And for our people, I mean, we've survived like that. Our grandparents, our great-grandparents, I mean, they lived really simple lives. And I think with this pandemic going on, it's taught a lot of us, I think more so for some of the other cultures than our culture, because, we came from simple people. We came from simple things. We didn't need a whole lot of bank account and a whole lot of nice furniture to feel good about our family unit and our lives, So it was really cool. And I thought, that's so true. Yeah. So true.
Yeah, but by you going back, home during this time, and then, you were talking earlier that, nobody was practicing social distancing.
I was like, oh my gosh, some things haven't changed, Emery. Okay, the hot head and I get them. Some things haven't changed for sure.
everybody out there, I know graduation, season was upon us. Everybody's still catching up, and even
that was hard.
yeah, and then literally, seeing on Facebook Live parades, just loaded people, and like wow. And, then literally talking to people, in law enforcement back there is saying, hey, you know what? We don't like get involved, but we're trying to keep the peace. Even had recently a funeral. Uncle Pele passed away.
Right.
And a very well-respected man in the La'i community, well, Ku'u, the whole area, North Shore, and he had like 1,000 people that went to his funeral. And
I'll tell you.
And I'm seeing this as like, wow, that's so amazing. But yet people trying to practice social distancing, but nobody's going to stop that.
Cannot. It's so hard. I mean, we saw some people. I mean, I was really good, and I was dying for go all over Vala'o and see all my friends. But man, I held back really well because I'm like, we at that age too.
Yes.
Me and Chauncey, it's like, we're over 60. You got to be careful, Yeah. So we really stayed back with the kids. But when we saw people that we had to hug. We just had to, we just had to. We can't. I don't know. It's just that. It's just that family feel. In fact, we saw some of your Nihipalis up at Ha'ula Graveyard. There was something going on. There was a bunch of Nihipalis up there. Some of your Ha'ula cousins. We said hi to. Farron them was up there too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I still wish we talked about kids and my kids would love to kind of enjoy that, but you know what, the opportunity to just live in mainland and we talked about opportunity and obviously the air conditioning, it doesn't. Especially here, 110 degrees.
I know. I told my daughter-in-law, you guys don't need to go spa over here. You guys get natural kind moisturized spa over here.
That's right. And then you get all the local people come Vegas. Oh, bro.
Everybody dry out.
Pounds of kind of lotion. It gets all dry. I was like, how you doing?
Tons of Pond's cream. Everybody dry up over here.
That's right. So with this album, I mean, now obviously kind of all the setbacks with the your release date or getting out there. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just kind of reschedule and start pushing through?
For me, I really feel for all the Hawaii artists because they're having a hard time because that's their bread and butter,
Yes, it is.
So they're online, they're on Zooming, they're on everything, just trying to stay afloat and survive there. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that it would be nice, but it's like at the same time, it's like, you know what? At this time, we all got to practice safety. We all got to make sure our family, our homes are okay. So I have been in connection with some people with some stuff coming up, but it's like, Faith, let's try for July. Okay. Then I get another email. Let's try for August. Then I get another email. Let's try for October.
Yeah. It's hard to go.
It's hard to gauge. It's so hard, So I don't know. We just got to go with the flow, and I'm okay with that. It's like, what else can we do, bro? Cannot do nothing.
As long as you're safe, you're at home. You get, you're in the way you ought to have stay, and then you're good, man. The kids are.
We're good. We're good. We're good. And California is like crazy with the virus. Here in Sonoma County, up in the wine country where we live, it's not too bad, but mainly in the Bay Area, Santa Clara, San Jose, LA area, it's creeping up because everybody wants to go out. The sun is out. You can't tell us we can't go to the beach. Right. You can't tell us we can't go and worship, blah, blah, blah. And that's the kind of stuff that just bugs me. It's like the entitlement, They think more about themselves than as everybody, as a whole group. What about our first responders, bro?
Yeah.
They missing out on their families to make sure we're okay,
Yeah. You are totally 100%.
It drives me crazy, bro.
Yeah, with us, the casinos, slowly opening, and then we're like,
slowly,
Yeah, slowly opening, but you know, some people catch you know, the virus in certain restaurants, so they close that restaurant, and then
Right.
but still other properties are still opening, and I was like, wow, you know, for me, I haven't returned back to work, and you know,
Right.
and being in the service industry, you know, club industry, you know, it's hard to
Right.
social distance when you know you work in a club, and you know everybody's
It
like,
really
you know,
is.
you know, bunched
Yeah.
up and drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's true. No,
yeah,
you're
so
so right.
yeah, but right now I kind of just think of you know, local Hawaiian music. It just kind of sets the tone, and I just relax. I
Just
stay
kind
at
of get everybody relaxed. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Good vibe. Good
and
vibe.
and you're gonna do that for us right now, right? You're gonna play one of your songs off your album. Can we do that? Or
Yeah. So, you know, I have 6 originals off this album. So the last 3 of the album, Pulelehua, Water Through Tarot, and my Christian song, my Jesus song, Your Love. I wrote those songs. The Water Through Tarot was written by one of my good friends, and her husband's my photographer for the albums, Ed Iona. She wrote that song was about Ed. Ed grew up in Maui, in Wailuku. And so his grandma would wake him up early in the morning. He was like 5, 6. And they would go to the taro fields and she would teach him how to plant taro. So that's what that song was about. So those 3 songs are songs that I worked on. And then that Christian one I worked on with Nathan Aveao. So Nathan did the background vocals and he played, you know, the guitar, the bass, and did a little percussion. And I wrote the lyrics and the music. Yeah, I composed the music. So I really love that one. And then the other 3 songs, the Keiki o Kahula. Oh, that's one cute one about keikis that love to dance hula. It was written by a kumu from Kailua. Originally, she graduated from Kailua High School. Cute lady. And she lives in Santa Cruz, and her name's Kumu Hula Lorraine Kinnaman. So she wrote that song, Keiki Hula, an original, and then the other 2 are about Laie. So if you notice on the album, you look where I stay. I'm actually around Kaneohe Bay Drive. You see Chinaman Hat Island on one side, yeah? And then you see the Ko'ola Mountains on the other side, yeah? And I wanted to name, you know, I wanted to connect with, of course, where I'm from. And I thought, oh my gosh, I took this picture back in 2015.
wow.
At an overcast day on Kaneohe Bay Drive side. But the title, Ku'u Aina Aloha, was, I really wanted it to touch base with where I'm really from, which is, you know, where Laie is. Right. So there's 2 songs on the other 2 songs, the other 2 originals are Nani Laie, and it was actually written by Auntie Luika Ka'io, which is Pele Marasco's grandma or great-grandma.
Wow.
Yeah, and so she wrote this song about Laie Bra. Only people from Laie know this song, and the only time they sing it is when there's a community gathering, a funeral, or all the aunties and uncles just kani kapila in the backyard having a, you know, barbecue, having a good time. So this song was written back in the 1800s by Auntie Luika. And she wrote this song because when they first arrived in Laie, there was no running water, there was no electricity, there was no trees, you know, just water coming from the mountains coming down to the valley in Laie. So, and she said there were no birds. And the birds are the ones that come plant everything, yeah? Mm-hmm. So she said once Laie started developing and they started digging, you know, trenches and planting things, and the birds came, and Laie started evolving and became this beautiful little town. That's what she talks about in this song. So that's the one I'd like to sing for you. And the other Laie song is Laie Ku'u Aina Aloha. And that was written by Uncle Sam Maniau Kamaoha. And he wrote that in the 1800s too. So of course I asked for permission. Yeah. And it's a pretty one. I kind of start in one key and I end up in 5 keys off in another direction. You know, it's sort of waltz style, but it's really pretty. And I'd love to attribute those 2 songs to all the Laie people, you know. That's really my foundation for music, you know, besides family and church. That's kind of where it all started, yes. So right. I think it's pretty cool.
That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah. Still playing left hand, brother.
It's all good. I enjoy it, left or right. So.
Nanila I Ku'u Aina aheo I kaluna olani ulila kahu kalana iama kahikina Nanila Ike ala ona pua Ika ulu vehi vehi a okapa Ina Oikea e oe Iko nani Ika malama a okauila Nanila ika uikila aheo ika luna Olani hulila kahuku kalana iama Kina Nanila ika uikila aheo ika luna Olani hulila kahuku kalana iama kahikina Nanila nilonga ika ehu kikai O heno iane mekahina ina Ihoa pilino Oh beautiful Ia vai makaikai Akamalihini Nanila ika uitila aheo ika luna Olani ulila kahu kalana iama kahikina Nanila ika uikila aheo ika luna Olani ulila kahu kalana iama kahikina Kahu kalana iama kahikina
Oh man, private concert right there. I love it. Now,
thank you, brother.
If people want to get your music, where can they go and get this beautiful music?
They can check out my website, faithaicomusic.com. And they can get it off my seat. They can get it off the website, or they can go to mele.com with Punahele Kraus, and Kelly Irashel and with Kumu, and they can also check it from there. And it's also on Apple Tunes, Spotify, iHeart, iTunes. It's on everything. There's, I went with the CD baby people, so they got it everywhere.
Right. Well, soon to be played right here on this station. Just put it out, so it'll be in rotation soon enough. So I'm just letting you know.
Oh, Mahalo. Thank you, brother, so much. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. I can't wait for you to come to Las Vegas, and so we can enjoy the music live one of these days.
And, maybe next year. I think the way things are going, I
think that's what it is.
I think that's what it is. They said, I know that Dr. Fauci, the big wig guy.
Yeah.
Big wig professional said they should have a cure by then, hopefully. So just got to keep praying hard, brother.
That's right. Praying and the kind. Just hope for the best, so all of us know. Just stay safe and kind of. With this kind of music, we need to kind of just tame down, relax, and
just chill.
Just
chill.
Well, no, thank you very much for joining us here on the Little
Okay, brother.
And then I touch
you. It's so good. It's so good to see you in the music still. I'm so glad.
Oh, still going.
I'm glad.
It's gonna be with me for a while.
Good. That's the only thing that keep us going, besides the grandkids.
That's it. I haven't got grandkids yet, but I can wait.
Still yet? Oh,
I'm good.
Hurry up already.
I'm good. They need to kind of make sure they get their job kind of, solidified. And that's all.
I know.
But thank you very much, Faith. And we'll talk to you later. All right, you be blessed. Okay.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye.